We have had this news for quite some time, and it's a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a good while. But there's so much that needed to be talked about in the world of movies that I had to postpone it until now. Hi, you guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the time of your day to watching another episode of Awesome Joe's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to talk about some movie news in regards to the official release of Avengers Doomsday. And even though this movie is coming out a year from now, actually 13 months to be exact, it's just phenomenal having to knowing that it's right there. It's right there. It may seem like a good long while, but it'll be here before you know it. 2026 is just gonna fly by really fast, and we'll be there on Doomsday before you know it. But yeah, this was supposed to be. We haven't had an Avengers movie for quite some time now. It's already been 6-7 years now. And here we are approaching our 5th Avengers film. And it was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, Avengers Kang Dynasty, which was supposed to come out this past May, but never happened because, of course, the whole Kang storyline wasn't really as favorable to fans and audiences of wanting to see. I, on the other hand, would have wanted to see it. But yes, it just wasn't working. And of course, the whole thing with Jonathan Majors happened, and it just didn't work out at all. And so they announced this new movie replacing Kang Dynasty with Doomsday, which was supposed to be dated to coming out on May of 2026. But of course, they had to delay it from the summer to all the way to the ending of the year in December of 2026. I was upset about it because quite normally, you all know this, the summer movie season is my favoriteest time of the year when it comes to watching movies, and I just think that the summertime is just the best time to watching movies. But I think that so many other film movies have wanted to take that spot of being part of the summer movie flicks, that it's just gotten so overcrowded that it's very more complicated for a movie, especially a hit blockbuster, to break box office and get people wanting to go into watching this movie or any movies in general. So what's the next top favorable spot to go to? Which is in December. And it's proof because Star Wars has done this, Avatar has done this, Lord of the Rings has done this, and they have made money. They have broken bank here. So that's what Avengers is going to be doing now. They're going to be putting their hit flicks at the ending of the year, which is new for me. And it's going to take me a while to accept that because I, on the other hand, like I said, I want the summer movie flicks, and Avengers has always been summer movie flicks. And that's how I felt when it came to the Star Wars movies. They were a summer movie flick, and then they went to the ending of the year. So I'm not very much okay with it, but I'm pretty sure I'll get used to it eventually. And then, as you guys know, in my last video, I did Wicked. I had the green lighting on, and so I still have the green lighting going because, of course, Doom is the color green, so it's perfect lighting. So then we had the big surprise that we were getting Dr. Doom, but who was going to play Doom? They kept on wondering, maybe Adam Driver, maybe this actor, maybe that actor, maybe making it a female character. Everybody's like, no, we want Victor Von Doom. We've had Victor Von Doom already in 2 to 3 film adaptations of the Fantastic Four. Julian McMahon, may he rest in peace, was brilliant as Dr. Doom. All the other ones, no. Julian McMahon did great, and I would have loved to have seen him one more time, but, sadly he passed away. But yeah, so here we go. We're having our brand new Doom, and of course we all know who this is. It's, once he revealed himself, it's Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man himself. I was scratching my head. I was like surprised and shocked, but at the same time, like, what? And I know everybody else was too. And not only that, we are also getting the Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony Russo, coming back, who did, of course, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. And, you know, it was going to be handed off to several other directors, you know, like John Watts for the Spider-Man flicks, or Shang-Chi's director. They were asked to if they wanted to do this, since they're very successful directors to the Marvel world. But of course they had to decline for, you know, to attend to other projects. So now, at the time, it looked like it was very desperation. It looked like, okay, what can we do, because Marvel is suffering. You know, they came out with a lot of stuff that wasn't too good in the multiverse saga. You got some good stuff here and there, but the majority of it wasn't really hitting like how Marvel did. In the good old days, when a Marvel movie would come out into theaters, people like myself would get so excited. All right, yes, another Marvel flick. I can't wait to see what happens next in this world of superheroes. But then it started coming down slowly after when Endgame happened, and you're just like, oh God, another Marvel movie's coming out. And, you know, that's how the reaction is now. It's like, oh God, another Marvel movie. I really do hope it's going to be good. If not, then, you know, Marvel's in trouble. You know, that's how the reactions are now, and it's not that good. That's not good news. So that's why myself and many others were assuming that, okay, Marvel's desperate. Let's bring in some good people that we've, you know, worked with before in the past. And so they bring in Joe and Anthony Russo, and, you know, Robert Downey Jr. coming back. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. being an Academy Award winner now for the Christopher Nolan movie. That I forgot the name of it, but yeah, he won that. So now he's asking for he's demanding now a lot more money than what he did before, and so he's very expensive. So with the performances that he has done with Iron Man and many other projects away from Marvel, you can highly tell that this man can make a movie feel good. You know, he can really deliver excellent material. You know, dramatic comedy, you know, did great in Tropic Thunder, did great in Sherlock Holmes, you know. So he's not a disappointment. We know with him involved, it's going to make it really great. And when it comes to Joe and Anthony Russo, what gets me a little bit iffy is that, yes, some of their stuff outside of Marvel too wasn't working out too well. But when it comes to Marvel itself, it seems to have been working. But the thing is that we haven't really prepared at all for this Doom storyline. You know, we've been focusing too much on the Kang direction, but since that wasn't working, we immediately just went ahead and shifted into the Doomsday era. Which there's not a lot of story going on. You know, we did have some bits and pieces of it happening this year with, you know, either Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four, especially Fantastic Four for steps. But that's about it. Which is why it brings me up to the point here as to why this trailer is being released in about a month from now at the premiere of Avatar, the new Avatar movie, Avatar 3, Fire and Ash. It's because, of course, it's Disney. It's Disney connected. But also at the same time, think of it like this. Like I just talked about it right now. We had time to do a Kang storyline, but it just didn't click. So now here we are with Doctor Doom. Within our time within the multiverse saga, we have not had no connections at all whatsoever as to how all this leads up to Doom and his storyline. So here we are a year from now. They even said that this is not even going to be just a teaser. They're going to give you a lot of stuff that happened, which I think is not really too good. If it's just only Doom, like you get bits and pieces of the Avengers and stuff like that, that's great. You know, the majority of it be Doom. That'll give us time to think about what we're approaching here. You know, when Doom is introduced into this trailer, it's going to give us audiences what we are expecting to see. You know, because right now, all we're thinking about, okay, this is Robert Downey Jr. He's just Iron Man. You know, think about how we felt when the reveal was given to us as to who this was going to be. Is he Dr. Victor Von Doom, or is he a different Iron Man from a different universe? You know, because he did say at the announcement that he has the same task but new mask. So I feel like his intentions, his plans are exactly the same as to what Iron Man intended, but in the evil route. If you remember in Avengers Endgame, when they went back in time and they had to go back to the time to collect those Pym particles and the Tesseract at that S.H.I.E.L.D. campsite, and he's interacting with his dad about his wife, his mother being pregnant and about to deliver, and he just gets this iffy look on his face. Tony Stark, he has this iffy look on his face, like, that's weird. What year are we in? Oh, wait, hold on, that doesn't sound right. That's the expression that he had on his face. So it makes me wonder if this is something that they have been planning for a good long while. I've never followed the comic books, but from what I've been hearing is that it does have some lore to what the comic books were telling in its story about how Tony Stark was either adopted or something like that. I forgot. But yeah, that's what I mean when it comes to this teaser trailer. Excuse me, my shoulder still hurts. This teaser trailer that we're going to be getting. I don't know. I just if it's going to come out, it's going to be feeding us exactly what we're looking for. Something for us to talk about, something for us to look forward to. We'll get a lot of marketing material when close to when the movie comes out, yes. But this is what's going to really give us that piece of what we're asking for. Who is Doctor Doom? How powerful is he? Is he as powerful, even more than Thanos was against the Avengers? And on top of that, too, who are the Avengers? We don't really know we have no idea as to who the Avengers are in this. The core team is practically gone. The only ones that are left are Hulk and Thor. You have Hawkeye, but Hawkeye is pretty much retired. With his family and all, but that's about it. We have so many. There was a theory, because within the entire multiverse saga, we had so many movies, so many TV shows, so many heroes that were introduced. It got really crowded. It got overwhelming. It just didn't feel like it made any sense. So I heard a theory that somebody said that wouldn't it be interesting if each individual movie and TV show was not within its own within our Marvel universe, but within their own universe, a different universe, and that's how they all collide within this the Secret Wars movie that's coming out after Doomsday. That would have made sense. That would have made absolute sense. But like I said, that wasn't the case, and it got crowded. Maybe it could happen. That would be great. It would make perfect sense. And, because I know that Kevin Feige mentioned that as soon as Secret Wars is over with, the Marvel Universe is going to take like a soft reboot, in which cases the world of Marvel that we know it today is going to be absolutely different compared to what we have grown within these last few phases. So, because I believe that they said that they had announced that after the multiverse saga, they're going to be introducing the mutant saga, which is, of course, we're going to be introduced to the X-Men and anything that is related to X-Men. So that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to be closing the book on the multiverse saga because, like we said, it's not really working out, and they really want to close the book on that and jump onto the next phases of the mutant saga. So that's going to be interesting. We also did get some takes off of what Avengers is giving to us for Doomsday with the sketches, the storyboards, including, of course, the cast announcements with the chairs, which I didn't even know it was a slow process. I saw the faster process once it was all done as to who was going to be in this movie, and we all know that's not the whole cast. There's gonna be more that's gonna be announced. Yeah, we do get some bits and pieces of announcements to knowing that, you know, Patrick Stewart's coming back, Ian McKellen's coming back, James Marsden's coming back, Alan Cumming's coming back. You know, even Channing Tatum's coming back. You know, it's great. You know, knowing that the X-Men are showing up. You know, but then they're all like, "Where's Halle Berry? Where's Famke Janssen? Where's Hugh Jackman? Where's Deadpool? You know, Ryan Reynolds? Where are all they at?" You know, you got the Fantastic Four showing up. You do have the Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers. You know, and supposedly our new set a team of the actual Avengers. You know, they're all there. You know, you got Black Panther, M'Baku, you know, Namor showing up as well too. You know, you got a whole bunch of them, but there's still so much there that are going to be announced sometime within now and until the movie comes out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what other announcements they're going to be having for us. These storyboards that they had given us gives us bits and pieces as to what's you know, what's lurking as to what's going to happen in this movie. You know, you see that She-Hulk's going to show up. You see, you know, Star-Lord there. You see Miss Marvel. You see Hawkeye, Haley Steinfeld's character there. You know, they're there. You know, you even see White Vision there too as well. But yet they are not announced. So supposedly they're going to be either announced later on this next year before the movie comes out that they're going to be in this, or they are just storyboards for Secret Wars. Who knows? You know, who knows? Only the people who are making this movie, they're the ones who know. Us as audiences are going to have to keep on guessing for the next 13 months. So we'll see what happens, you guys. But yeah, they do so many announcements, you know, bits and pieces. You know, they even did this black and white picture that they talked about, that they brought out about a month or so ago. The same thing that they did with Endgame, announcing the fact of what the title was going to be to that movie, which was Endgame, hidden in that picture. So they did the same thing with this black and white picture, and you know, it's just telling, look hard. And you know, there's so many things that you can find in there. You know, there's an A and a V and an X, and you would assume, oh, it's Avengers versus X-Men. How exciting if that's it. And then I got somebody else that pointed out that if you look at the spotlight in the middle of that picture and it's pointing towards something, you see 3 A's, not X's. It looks like X's, but you can actually see 3 A's. And so instead of it being instead of it being 2 Avengers movies, Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, they're probably going to be breaking Secret Wars into 2 films, giving us 3 Avengers movies. That's what I heard. Theoretically, that's what might happen. If that's the case, then wow, wow. You know, that's your trilogy of movies to this multiverse set of films. So I don't know. They, my goodness, if it's 3, holy Toledo. You know, that's even a theory as well too. What could be announced into this trailer coming up in a month is that they might even announce that, you know, it could be 3 Avengers movies. Who knows? It's really interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm looking forward to this trailer. I hope that you guys are too. I'm pretty sure you guys are, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. But yeah, looking forward to it. I'm still looking forward to Avatar: Fire and Ash. What would be really cool and interesting is if you expect the trailer to pop up right before the movie starts, but instead of the trailer happening, you get your other trailers played, and then before the trailer the movie starts, you know, a message pops up and it says, "Stay tuned after the movie for the exclusive premiere trailer to Avengers Doomsday." So they trick you. They have to keep you sitting in your seats for the next three and a half hours of Avatar, just so that after when the credits are done, then you see the exclusive premiere trailer of Avengers Doomsday. How weird would that be? I mean, I don't know if I could, because I know when I go and watch Avatar, I learned this flat out straight, is don't buy soda and popcorn. As much as I enjoy watching a movie in the theaters, enjoying my soda and popcorn, don't get the soda and popcorn, because guaranteed you're going to have to go and do your business in the bathroom, and and you don't want to miss a single second of the movie. because you will evidently have to go. And it's not legal to bring something and use it while you're in the theaters. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens here. I mean, there's just so much that's going on right now in the world of Hollywood. And, you know, they come up with all these different ideas on how to keep us in our seats, wanting to come to the theaters and keep on spending all the money in our wallets just to, you know, for the tickets, watching the movie, and the concession stands, and, you know, everything else. So, you know, they're trying to lure us back in, you know, because it's been real iffy. But you know, I see everything climbing up. You know, we got a few ups and downs here and there, but, you know, we'll see what happens. So anyways, you guys, that's my take on the movie news to Avengers Doomsday. What do you guys think? Do you have any comments, theories as to what to be expecting out of this trailer? If you have any, please leave it down in the comments section in the bottom. Let's have an awesome time talking about this movie or any movies that you like to talk about in general, because I love to talk about movies, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you can check out some more of my videos on YouTube. Just look me up at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. And if you keep on enjoying my videos, please click on the like and subscribe button, including the notification bell for our future videos. Anyways, you guys, I'm Awesome Joe. Keep on living the dream, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks you guys once more again, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye.